video 4 of the Yugoslav Air Force Mig-29 Fulcrum build. So I'm going to be doing the main body color in 308. I already kind of jumped the gun before I realized I had to do some other stuff first. So I guess I can kind of skip over a lot of the places where I've already done. I just kind of focus on the places where I need to cover up the painting I've been doing. Oh my gosh. I just dropped that on accident. There we go. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that before I did the flat black on the front here and on the wingtips, so I'm all good to go now. So I've masked the model according to what you see here. Actually, the Russian MiG has a different camo scheme, but the Indian Air Force and the Yugoslav Air Force has the same camo scheme according to the directions here. However, finding images of this exact plane, the number 101, yeah, I've seen it. It is not accurate to that. However, I don't know, I've already masked this off, so whatever. One thing that I've learned to be careful about is that when you put down masking and then you paint, you have like the capillary action that will go underneath the masking. So what I've been doing is kind of pushing it down into pushing the masking down into the panel lines, like so, to hopefully prevent that from happening. Yeah, see, like right here. There. Just kind of keep that a little bit tighter, So yeah, I guess I've made it close to what the instructions say, but it's not necessarily accurate. But at this point, you know, whatever. I don't want to be totally a stickler for that kind of thing, you know. I just want to have fun. So, I've already gone over these panel lines fairly well. I did not yet do this one here. Now, the masking I've done is kind of just like a general outline of how I want it to go, which is not 100% ready to go, but that's why I've got the masking solution over here. Alright, so let me bring that out. Okay, so now there are two different masking solutions by Mr. Hobby. There's a new one by Hasegawa that's been released, I think, this year. I might pick that up next to see what it's like. There's Mr. Masking Solution R, which is, like, for example, you can do it on canopies. You can mask canopies. It's a lot thinner, okay? Masking Solution Neo is a lot thicker. And I think this might be getting kind of dried out as a result, unfortunately. Sorry, I've got a bit of a sniffle. I caught another cold. I am doing a lot better today, though. So, I got a whole bunch of modeling done on that Aoshima Macross girl when I was staying at the in-laws' place, and that was pretty cool. And I had to order a part, actually a replacement part, because what I had was a little bit it was a defective part, actually, that came with the model. So anyhow, yeah, I was just been on vacation a lot, and then I ended up getting sick. So when I went to go stay at the in-laws' place, I was cold, and I only packed a bunch of t-shirts, so I really wasn't prepared very well. Unfortunately, this is kind of a thicker brush, and it doesn't really give me good control over the surface. Let me see if I can kind of move this around, sculpt it a little bit. There. There. And let me see here. Let's see, I might put some down here. Kind of change it a little bit. See, it's too thick. I wish it came with a smaller brush. It's kind of too thick. And something else I've noticed, that you don't want to just put this down and then paint over it. You want to let this dry. Otherwise, once you put down a layer of paint, it's going to turn into crap, because it doesn't really harden up. It just remains liquid underneath your paint, and it is really kind of crappy. Okay, so I just want to kind of get it around some of these areas, just to make it a little bit, like, not quite so straight lines, you know? Kind of make it a little bit uneven. And oh, see, I need to put some down here. I have a hole right there. Good thing I put that there. And I definitely need to put a bunch down here. I don't want paint to seep underneath this, so I'm just going to enclose this whole area here. with this. Just go over this. There. Let me put some more crap down here. Okay, so you get what I'm doing. I'm just totally ensconcing this that IR sensor, and just some other places to kind of smooth it out a little bit, or to make it a little bit bumpier. You know, wavier, I should say. The camo pattern. Like, maybe I might put some like right here, and then right here. Yeah, I don't know if I can really how much experience it's going to take before I can really accurately reproduce camouflage patterns, but whatever. I guess I'm getting a little bit better. I didn't really ever do any camouflage until this year, so what is going on? Look at this crap. Oh shoot! I got it on my hand here. It's like it's watery. Look at this crap. What is going on, dude? I think I might have to stir this up or something. It's the first time for me for it to do this to me. Okay. Weird. So now it is time to do the secondary camouflage. Now this is a mixture bottle. I mixed up 30% of Mr. Color 52, which is field gray. This is a German color, World War II color. And 70% of 20, which is light blue, which is very, very light blue actually. It was a little bit too light, so I just added a little bit more of the gray to here to get this color. Now, if you're an expert, instead of saying, you got the wrong color, dummy, you know, this is, which is something you always encounter with modeling on especially YouTube, especially it seems. You know, if somebody's making a mistake, you say, hey, you know, by the way, I found that this color would be more accurate, something like that, which is a lot friendlier way of saying that you're doing it wrong, you stupid butt monkey, you poop ass or whatever, you know. Unfortunately, a lot of people, they just resort to calling people that kind of stuff from the get-go, and it's just it's really sad. But it seems to go on a lot more with the scale modeling as opposed to sci-fi modeling. But, you know, that's the way it goes, I guess. So, I am going to mix for some air into here. There. Alright. Let's do a test here. Alright, I guess it's alright. Alright, cool. Now I'm going to try to do it from this way. Yeah, I don't want to go from this angle because I got that shaded inside there. I don't want to screw that up. So I got this on like really low pressure. Just want to kind of take it easy. And I'm not wearing my mask, I just realized. I forgot to do that. Let me put my mask on. Okay, I got my mask on now. I'm removing the masking tape here on my Fulcrum. And so far, this is pretty exciting. Now, I was being careful not to put on too thick too soon, but still I got a bit of a, the kind of a rough line here with where I lifted up the tape. Maybe I might try wet sanding that. That might be the best thing to do, perhaps. This kind of doesn't look too good right here. It looks kind of like that. You like my sound effects? Sometimes it's easier just to make stupid noises than to communicate. There we go. There's that masking tape for curves here. Oh, that looks so cool. I like the infrared sensor. That turned out pretty nice. I am happy about that. There we go. Nope. I might just hand touch that up or something or other. I thought that was masking tape, but no, that's the yellow stuff here. I need to paint that black. I'll probably do that best with just a hand brush. Oh my. Well, let's take this off here. There we go. There. Cool. That looks cool. I'll continue to remove this stuff off the bottom here. This is easy. There. Okay, here we go. Let's peel this off. See, I need to take that off. There. Okay. Let me just start from the bottom here. Okay. There. There. Okay, well, I'm not going to show the whole process here, although I am almost done. I'll skip ahead. So here you have it. This is what it looks like so far. Before the next video, I'm going to give it a clear coat in Mr. Hobby number 46, clear. And then we'll be ready for decaling. So I've removed all of the masking. It looks pretty cool. I'm happy with how this, the black tips of the vertical stabilizers, it turned out. That's nice. What I did was I wanted to use the same black paint, and it was lacquer, and lacquer is not really good for using for hand brushing, but I wanted to stay consistent with the paint that I had. So I put in some Mr. Retarder, and I was able to just hand brush it, and it looks pretty nice, depending on how the light hits it, but soon that's not going to matter though, because I'm going to do a clear coat. So this masking here turned out really sharp. I like that. So yeah, really cool. So yeah, you can have the intakes below open. So like the Mig-29 is when it's on the runway, it has the intakes open up on the top here, and after it takes off, then these will open up, and it uses the intakes on the bottom. I think the reason for that is because a lot of the gravel airfields, the runways, they didn't want to have rocks flying up into the intakes. That would not be good. So it has these intakes on the top that open up. So I wet sanded much of the areas around the perimeter here to kind of flatten it out a little bit more. So I think it looks kind of nice. The bottom did not get any overspray, I don't think. Maybe a little bit right here, actually. I don't know how that got there, but it's not that noticeable. I'm going to be weathering it a bit anyway, so maybe it doesn't matter. So here you have it. It looks nice. Oh, and the engine cans here. Yeah, these maskings turned out pretty nice. And then of course the engine, the tail end of the engine cans are going to be attached here. I'm going to do that next. So yeah, thanks for watching so far, and this is running up into May. Today is, I think, what, May 13th or whatever. I've been out sick, and I'm going back to work tomorrow. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more of this, and you're also going to see the final on the eggplane flanker, and also the Macroscope. I recorded a whole bunch of video footage of that while I was on vacation, so I'll be uploading a bunch of videos of that. So anyhow, stay tuned. Bye.